Hi guys, welcome back, and in today's video we are going to navigate the bank's feed section of the QuickBooks Online. As you know, the bank's feed sections have changed and the overall view and layout of the QuickBooks has also changed a little. So let's navigate and see how we can do the bank feeds categorization in the QuickBooks Online. So I am on my home screen of QuickBooks Online, and in order to go to the bank feeds section you have multiple options. Either you can go to this all apps, go to the accounting, and you can go to the bank transactions, or more directly you can go to this accounting button, and from here you can select the bank transactions. Now here you can see my bank accounts that have been connected to the QuickBooks Online. This is the checking account and this is the credit card account. Now let's hide this sidebar, and now we are here on our checking bank account of the QuickBooks Online that is connected. And you can see here there's a date that is 12th of April 2026, which means that this is the last updated date since the transactions have been pulled into the QuickBooks Online. So let's refresh it. And now it is refreshing, and it is fetching the latest transactions because today the date is 21st of April. And one of the thing with the bank feeds is that it doesn't gives you the live data because there is a little delay. For example, QuickBooks takes 1 to 2 days to pull the transaction that took place. For example, if today is 21st of April and a transaction took place on my bank account, now QuickBooks is going to take 1 to 2 days to reflect that transactions here. Now this has been updated, and you can see that it is now saying 0 minutes since I just refreshed all. So now these are the latest transactions that are appearing on my checking account and on my credit card account. Now below these three windows of the bank and the credit card accounts, you can see three different buttons or the options. The first one is the spending, which means that these are the transactions that have not been categorized yet. These are yet to be categorized, and these transactions are not part of our accounting record and accounting system. The other button shows the posted transactions, which means that these are the transactions that have been categorized, and these are part of our accounting system, and if I generate the reports, these transactions will form part of those reports. And the excluded transactions are those transactions that I have excluded intentionally because of different reasons. It may be due to some you can say, let's say you have a credit card and it got stolen, or there may be some transactions that do not belong to you, so you have disputed those transactions with the bank, and for such transactions you can exclude here in QuickBooks Online. So let's go back to the pending, and these are the transactions on which we have to do some of the work. We have to categorize them. Now let's navigate some of the options or that appear on the top row. So on the first column it shows the date of the transactions, then it shows the check number if you have written some check, so the check number will appear here. Then there is the bank description. What is the description? Now this description QuickBooks pulls from the bank, so whatever the description is going on the bank statement, you will see that here, and sometimes it shortens that transaction. So for example, if on the bank statement they are like a long description, so it may sometime shorten that description. Then there is a column for spent. This is the amount. Spent means the transaction, the amount that we spent, and received means if there is some amount that we have received from our clients or any other source. And then we have this option of attachment. We can attach the bills or the receipts against each of these transactions. So this is also quite useful. So for example, you can attach different attachments in order to recognize or memorize that transaction, that what that amount we paid for. Then there is a this comment icon which shows that we can request data. For example, if you're an accountant and if you are doing the books of your client, so you can write a request. You can, for example, say that please provide me this let's say bill, and then you can add request to the list, and you can add and post, and you can also view all of your requests here. So I'm not going to do that, although this is a credit card payment. And then there's a column for from to, like we can add the name of the vendor. For example, if this is a contractor, so we can add the name of that contractor here. Let's say this is Angela, so I can add Angela as my contractor. So let's keep it as vendor, and then let's add. So now this is also very useful because when you have different vendors, so QuickBooks is going to club all of those transactions that take place under that contractor or vendor, and this is useful at the end of the year or at the end of the quarter, or whenever you are reviewing your reports, so you can see that you have paid to which vendor what amount. So for example, at the end of the year, I can see easily whatever sum I have paid to Angela. So this is very useful. And beside that, you can see this small icon. If you click on it, now this is something which is called QuickBooks AI feature. Like QuickBooks uses its own thinking, and it gives you a little output that what that transaction is according to QuickBooks Online. So you may agree or disagree with it. For this, it is showing me nothing. So here you can see that it is saying that's potential vendor, Department of Education. So this is as a loan repayment, which we are going to come on later. And then there is a column of match and categorize. So now there are two options. Either you can categorize, you can select the account, like I can select any type of expense, whatever that transaction is, and then there is another option of match. Now what is the difference is that if I categorize it and post it, now this expense is going under contractor labor, and we can see that amount in our P&L. The match, it is not directly going to post it on our reports and P&L. For example, if there is, let's say, an AP bill, accounts payable bill of $100, now that bill is already in our books. That bill, according to accrual accounting, is going to appear under let's say cost of goods sold. Now when I will create the bill, that bill is already going to hit the accounts payable, and it is going to go to the cost of goods sold section. So I don't need to directly post that. I need to match that because that amount is already been posted into the QuickBooks Online. Now here there are no options because there is no such open bill. But if there is a bill of same amount, you can also select the date and record type to help QuickBooks to find the bill of the same amount, and you're simply going to match. Now this will indirectly post it to the QuickBooks, not directly, because for example, this contract labor, if I'm going to categorize it, this will go to contract labor expense in the P&L. If there is an accounts payable bill open and I match that, so this will not go to P&L, but this will go to the bank, and this will simply deduct the accounts payable and deduct the bank balance. So that's the difference. Now let's start our categorization. Before we do that, we can also select the date. For example, let's say we want to categorize things that fall from 1st of March to 31st of March. Let's apply. Now here I will only see those transactions that are relevant to this period. Let's say I'm cleaning up my books for March. So let's start the categorization. So this is our contract labor. I'm going to post that. Now you can see this small icon that says pair. Now what does that mean is that I have my credit card account uh, that is also connected, and I pay my credit card bills from my checking account. Now QuickBooks is smart enough to understand that, okay, this is the amount that I have paid from my checking account, and this is a bill for the credit card. So that's why it is still appearing on the pending section. So this suggestion is correct because sometimes it does try to pair up transactions that are not actually that does not actually needs to be paired. So you just have to be a little watchful. So although that is correct, this is the bill of our credit card, and let's post that as well. And this is also the bill of our credit card. Let's post that. This is also a bill of our credit card that is paid from our checking account. Now this is Department of Education. We pay some education loan, so it has suggested the correct category, because QuickBooks also tries to memorize what category I selected the last time, so it auto pre-fills it with the same category, but sometimes it doesn't, so you just have to be a little watchful. So that's correct. And yeah, that's how you categorize all of your transactions. So this was a little quick demo in order to demonstrate, like, to give you a little look and feel of how the new navigation looks like. So yeah, that's it for today. If you do like the video, please give a thumbs up and do subscribe. Thank you very much.